two lords appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, to give us the topmost jewel of Krishna Prem. So we are very, very blessed and honored and grateful to His Grace Sridama Prabhu, so that he is present, and he is a very senior Vaishnava, and is like my father and father for the whole community, and like an elder brother. He's guiding us, helping us. In his kirtans are so heart-touching and heart-melting, and his deep understanding of Krishna conscious philosophy, and most importantly, his example, his gentle behavior, and all the Vaishnava qualities. I mean, I always, whenever I meet Prabhuji or see Prabhuji or have any conversation with His Grace Sridama Prabhu, I always learn unlimitedly, and there is always so much to learn from Prabhuji. And thank you so much, Prabhu. We are so blessed and grateful that you are here with us, and we are so excited and eager to hear about Lord Nityananda from you. So thank you again. So I'll hand over to you. And who all are very, very eager to hear, please loudly chant Hare Krishna, Muhammad, Hare Krishna 3 times. Okay, if you're eager to hear.
Oh,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama,
Thank
Hare
you.
Hare.
Thank you so much,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Please guide us.
Sure.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thanks for joining. I don't know whether to thank Shubhavilas Prabhuji for such a high introduction. Now the problem is that I have to live it to that expectation. That's the major challenge. He has now put me in a different kind of a level. I'm a very, very junior devotee. I'm trying to learn. Tampa Satsang is an amazing group. I learn every time. I wish I could learn more, but that is the goal, to associate more with the devotees. So we'll begin now. I'm not the right person to speak about a personality like Lord Nityananda. But what I can do is that I can share whatever little I know, whatever little I have read, whatever I have listened from the other acharyas and so on. And also the good news is that we are going to have a detailed and elaborate event on Sunday. So whatever we miss out today, we will definitely try to capture it on Sunday. So I'm sure we will all participate on Sunday also. So I'll begin now with a brief invocation. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shakshurun Militamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayamrupa Kadamayam Tadati Sampadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Nityananda Trayodashi ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Prabhuji, shall I have the ability to share the screen?
Yes, please, Prabhu.
There is an interesting episode in the epic Ramayana. We all know Ramayana is one of the first longest poem, and it kind of makes the basic culture for all the Vedic, the Vedic culture. Ramayana, Mahabharata, those are all the bases. So there is an interesting episode where this is happening when Lord Ramchandra is trying to build a bridge with the help of the monkey Sena, the Vanara Sena. And then there is this small squirrel that is also trying to help Lord Ramchandra. And it is trying to help by just picking up few grains of sand from one corner to another corner. And this kind of little bit creates frustration among the monkey army, because they are also like 200, 300 pounds, very heavyweight monkeys. And they go to Lord Ramchandra, and says, Prabhu, this creature is creating a lot of nuisance, actually. We may even crush upon it. It's so tiny, we cannot even see. And can you please take care of this? Lord Ramchandra says, do you know why we are building this bridge? So the monkey says, yes, Prabhu, because we have to go to the other side of the ocean. We have to cross the ocean, then kill the demon Ravana. That is the goal. And Lord Ramchandra says, yes, that's correct. But that's not the complete story. He says the complete story is for the personality who has created the ocean, for him to create a small bridge, 15-20 miles of bridge from, from the southern tip of India to Lanka is not a big deal. Krishna has created the several oceans. And then he says, for the personality who has created all the human beings, living entities, who lives in the hearts of every entity, Aham Atma Guda Kesa. He says, for me to kill Ravana, if I leave his heart, he will drop dead. There's no need for me to even kill him. So the monkeys are a little confused. They're saying, then what are we doing here? We are spending so much time and effort. They're a little confused. Then Lord Ramchandra explains that the purpose is that it is an opportunity, amazing opportunity for every creature, every creation to serve the Lord. That's the main thing. Whoever it is, we can be like the squirrel or like the big Jambavans, but the object is one, to serve the Lord. So with that, I'll see if I can start a slide here. So here is Lord Ramchandra, Lord Krishna is an equal opportunity employer. Everybody is eligible to serve him. So now our Shastra says there are about 8.4 million species, various types. Some live in the water, land, so many things. Human form is also one such entity. So Krishna, all these creations, they are actually acting under the direction of Krishna only. And their goal is to reach Krishna. But we'll briefly go through how each kind of category of those creations, what we do with that kind of opportunity or missed opportunity. So first thing is all these animals. Animal kingdom, as of now, we know at least two major groups, the human beings and the animals. So the animals fall under what is called an unregulated sense gratification, meaning they do not have a prescribed duties or schedule or anything like that. A tiger will just go out, it will hunt, it will eat meat. Krishna is not going to be disappointed that the tiger did not offer food or prasadam to Krishna, because all they have to do, the animals act only out of their guna. And what is their guna? Just to do the four things: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. That's it. If they do that, they are actually serving Krishna. That is why Krishna, even the asuras serve Krishna. They are just performing their activities. So same thing, the rabbit, there is a picture of rabbit here. Krishna is not going to be disappointed if the rabbit does not show up for Mangal Arati and so on. But the problem comes once we come into the human form. We don't know how many millions of births time has elapsed since we got this wonderful opportunity to be a human being. But many of us, not the 10%, but most people, they want to lead an animal life, meaning just eat, sleep, mate, and defend. That's the path they choose. And Krishna is not involved in that. He just leaves them, if they want to, that's what they want to do, they can do that. That is the free will we have been given to us, to the human being. The animals don't have that much of a free will. The human beings are given with what is called a higher consciousness. It gives us an empowerment to make decisions. So we have some free will to either do the right thing or not do the right thing. So next comes, most people fall into this category called karma kanda, which is regulated sense gratification. What it is, for example, the alcohol is not illegal in most part of the world. It's not illegal. Eating meat is not illegal in most part of the world. In fact, it is becoming legal in many parts of the world. Gambling is not illegal. It's not considered unethical. So people can get involved in this regulated sense gratification again and again. That's what we are trying to do. Actually, we are trying to only connect with Krishna. But the problem in this kind of an animal tendency and the regulated sense gratification tendency is that we are trying to connect with Krishna through material objects. It will never work. That is why Krishna called this as Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukhalayam meaning it's a misery. Ashashvatam meaning it's very temporary, impermanent. So what is the problem with this? Why cannot we be happy here? Because Krishna is fully spiritual and he has got something much better for us. But we think that we are going to reach Krishna, connect with Krishna by material objects. It can be anything. It can be my iPhone 12. I think that, hey, if I spend $1,000, the iPhone 12 is going to give me tremendous happiness. But we forget that only a few years ago, we spent maybe $300, $400 for iPhone 3. Right now, it has got no value. If somebody gives you iPhone 3, you'll feel that as an insult. Same thing with anything, Mr. Universe, very good looking, very successful, wealthy. He marries Miss Universe, very beautiful, very successful. They get married, but they are not happy. Divorce. Why? Because it's all material objects. So for Krishna is not the centric point of any activity. It is not going to work. And it is going to be the main problem with all this material activity is that we fall under the Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Every living creature has to go through that. But Krishna, so this kind of a material happiness, in fact, there is no real happiness. Krishna called this as Maya, which he says it's a lower energy of Krishna. It seems that there is some happiness, but it's like a mirage. There is really no happiness. But now what shall we do? So this is the situation we face. We are not going to find happiness. So that if we are ready to use our consciousness nicely in the righteous way, then we come into a status of Atato Brahma Jignasa. That is when we elevate our consciousness. We ask questions. What is going on? Why I am not happy? Who am I? What is going on? What is this creation? And so on. So once if we get into that kind of thinking, it leads us to spiritual path, what is called the spiritual goal. So, but that is again the starting point for spiritual activity. Again, this karma yoga is good. All these yogas are good. Krishna is referring to all these yogas in Bhagavad Gita. But we can see very clearly Krishna has got an underlying preference for bhakti. Very strong preference. We'll go through that very real quick. So karma yoga is good, nothing wrong. It's a prescribed method. Spiritual path, jnana is also good, nothing wrong with that. But let us assume how much can we get, how much can one achieve jnana? Is it even possible, practical? The Puranas is just 400,000 verses, the 18 Puranas. Mahabharata is 100,000 verses. Ramayana is 26. Then the 4 Vedas, the 108 Upanishads, sub-Upanishad. There are so many scriptures. Is it even possible to gain jnana through that? No, it's not possible. Even the author of all the Veda, Vedvyas, he went through all this thing and his final conclusion is Bhagavatam. What is Bhagavatam? Love for Krishna. That's it. That's the ultimate goal. So even if we become spiritual, even if we take all this path, karma, jnana, dhyana, and so on, the ultimate goal is bhakti. That is why Krishna many times is saying, one of the most prominent verse, Bahunam Janmanam Mante, Jnanavan Man Prabhatyate, Vasudeva Sarvam Miti, Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. He's asking us to elevate ourselves from normal Atmas to Mahatma, superior. All Atmas are good. It's part and parcel of Krishna. But he's asking us to elevate the consciousness. And how do we elevate that? by understanding that Krishna, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Once if we are convinced that Vasudeva is my ultimate goal, we can take up Bhakti Yoga. And this is the prescribed path by Krishna also, like a superior judge. After giving the 700 verses or so, Krishna's final conclusion is Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru Mamye Vaisase Satyam Te Pratijane Priyasami. Become my devotee, Arjuna. That is the best thing we can do. We don't have to, we can go through all these things, spend years, ages and ages. It's not needed. There is a direct, short, express lane from this Maya, from this unregulated sense gratification to directly go to the Bhakti Yoga. That is the starting point of Krishna consciousness. It's like an express lane. In many cities, we would find it will take you from point A to point B. You don't have to do anything. You want to go to the airport, just get into that express lane. So I think that is such an amazing opportunity that has given to us by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and as you know, spread by our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So once if you are in this Bhakti Yoga, that is the starting point. So now the question is that, so what shall I do? Shall I join the Tampa Satsang group, or shall I just go to a temple by myself? Can I read Bhagavad Gita by myself? There is online, everything is available right now online. But that is where the, anyhow, I think one of this feature is not working properly. But anyhow, the final outcome of all these activities is the real happiness, which is SAT-CHIT-ANANDA, which is Krishna. So that is the starting point for Bhakti Yoga. Once if we reach this stage, the next step is that, how do I do this? Is Bhakti Yoga a destination? No. Bhakti Yoga is a journey. It's not a destination. Why it is a journey? Because that is what is the personal abode of Krishna, which is Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. In Goloka Vrindavan, the devotees, all the entities are constantly engaged 24/7. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Krishna uses the word Satatam in many parts of Bhagavad Gita. Satatam. Yes, maybe I may have 5 minutes of Krishna consciousness in a day, but that's not enough to be in this eternal happiness, SAT-CHIT-ANANDA status. It's not enough. Let us assume, just an assumption, if I visit Goloka Vrindavan today, it's not happening. But let us say if I visit there, the first few minutes I'll be ecstatic. I'll do Dandavat Pranam to Krishna, start chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. But after a few minutes, the first thing I'm going to look for is my iPhone and see if I can get connected to, my Facebook and what did I post there. Is people are responding to that and so on. That is because that is my maturity level. Krishna will even accept me. There is no problem. He is the father. Aham bija pradapita. But the problem is that will be a disturbance to the other devotees. And who are we will be meeting in Goloka Vrindavan? Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, we cannot even talk to him. He did not speak with Bhrigu Maharaj. Why? He does not have time. How much time Lord Brahma has? 312 trillion years. And he feels that he doesn't really have time to spend time on mundane things because he's going to meditate upon Krishna. So that is why when we get into Bhakti Yoga, it's a journey. It's not a destination. Even let's say, assuming we reach the Goloka Vrindavan, we are going to be doing Bhakti Yoga 24/7, 365 Satatam. So once if we kind of reach that kind of an, thinking that, okay, Krishna is my ultimate goal. I want to really feel SAT-CHIT-ANANDA. I don't want material happiness. I really want SAT-CHIT-ANANDA. Actually, the devotion, bhakti is love. When you love something, everything works out fine. They say that if you love your job, you don't have to work anymore. So when we love Krishna, all this thing becomes very easy. So when we are talking about Bhakti Yoga, the first thing is Guru Tattva. That is where Lord Balram comes into picture. Lord Balram, Lord Nityananda. So Lord Balram is none other then Lord Krishna. They are one and the same. Can someone can explain? There is, of course, Krishna is the original, and Lord Balaram is the first direct expansion of Krishna. There is really no difference at all. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 5 confirms that they are one and the same. But yet, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the original personality. There are at least two differences. Anybody want to try?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Complexion?
Yeah, very sure, definitely. As we can see here, Krishna is bluish, blackish, and we see that Lord Balram, Lord Nityananda, is very fair and wheatish, whitish kind of complexion. There is one more difference though. Yes.
Yes, Sampadananda wants to
Can I?
answer.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Prabhu, Balaram is
so. Oh.
Shabak Bhagavan and Krishna is Shaibha Bhagavan.
May I know who is that?
Prabir Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
I think Sampada Mataji also wants to answer. Yes, please tell.
So Balaramji is serving Krishna, and then Krishna is being served.
Very nice. Actually, that is the correct, and I mean, the other answer is also correct. But the thing is that Krishna is in the mood of receiving the prema. He's in that mood. That is what is his quality. And Lord Balaram's quality is to facilitate that mood, so that it facilitates all the devotees in a perfect mood, like we saw that SAT-CHIT-ANANDA status, where everybody in Goloka Vrindavan, it is said that everybody is almost like Krishna. They are empowered to do anything, but their mood is only to serve Krishna. They are not thinking, can I become Krishna for a single moment? Not even a fraction of a second, because their mood is just, how can I serve Krishna? So that is what it is. Lord Balaram's mood is, how can I serve Krishna? So with that, he is always with Lord Vishnu, as we can see in this first picture, as a bed for Lord Vishnu, as Ananta Sesha. All the time, he's serving Lord Vishnu. And then here, he comes here as Lakshman and serving Lord Ramchandra. We all know the love that Lakshmana had for Lord Ramchandra. Valmiki says, Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno. That means this Lakshman is the possessor of the highest wealth. And what wealth did he possess? He's not the king of any country or state or anything. The highest wealth he possessed was that he had this amazing opportunity to serve Lord Ramchandra non-stop. Actually, Lord Balaram, Lakshmana, Lord Nityananda is the only personality in Ramayana to have been with Lord Ramchandra from beginning to end. Mother Sita came later. Everybody else came. Lord Hanuman came later, but he was the one personality who was with Lord Ramchandra all the time. And now, then we come here to the Mahabharata time, when Krishna and Balaram descends as themselves in their original form. And this is the best part, because we belong to this era, the Yuga, which is the Kali Yuga. They come as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and as Lord Nityananda. You can see their dresses also. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is wearing the yellow pitambar, the yellow dhoti, and Lord Nityananda is wearing the blue one. Now, why this happened? Why it's happening? Lord Krishna gave the purest rasa, which is called Adi Rasa, the purest form of love, but he gave only to few people. They were the Brajvasis, Srimati Radharani, the Gopis and the Gopikas, because they had pure, simple love for Krishna. That is what is Krishna looking for. Krishna can be very complicated or Krishna can be very simple based on how we approach him. All Krishna is looking for is just patram pushpam phalam toyam. He's not asking us to give us gold and our properties and title deeds and so on. Just, simple things, simple, pure love, the intent. So Krishna gave this, the Adi Rasa to the Brajvasis, but it was an exclusive club, only to Brajvasis. Even the Dwaraka people did not get that. So he comes back again as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and as Lord Nityananda to distribute the same Adi Rasa that was performed during the Mahabharata time freely to everyone. And we are so blessed. We are talking about only 500 years ago, to get the same loving relationship with Krishna. And how do we get to that loving relationship? What is the qualification to do that? Is age a qualification? Not at all. We have seen Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, they were all small children. They took up Krishna consciousness. Is gender a problem? Not at all. We see Draupadi, Kunti Devi. Who can be a better devotee than Mother Kunti? Is strength a problem? Not at all. Sridama was a very weak Brahmana. Krishna gave him everything. Does majority rules? Does Krishna go by majority people? Whatever I want, popular vote? No. The Kauravas were 100 and millions, but he only chose to support the Pandavas. So their simple way of getting that same Adi Rasa is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So once we get into the Bhakti Yoga, the first thing we should be looking for is Guru. And the first spiritual master for the Guru Tattva. Tattva means philosophy. So what is the philosophy behind the Guru? Is Lord Balram. Why Lord Balram for Guru Tattva? Because he is the personality in charge for taking care of all devotional activity in the Golok of Vrindavan. He makes sure everything is done perfectly, not with a deviation, even a fraction of a second. Like a temple president or manager, or our Shubha Vilas Prabhuji, make sure everything is working perfectly in the Tampa Satsang. In a temple, normally, Mangal Arti, 4:30, then there is Darshan Arti, then Guru Puja, then Bhagavatam class, 9 o'clock, breakfast, 12:45, again Rajbhog Arti, then lunch, everything is nicely chalked out. And Lord Balram is in charge for that. Because of his, the servitude that I want to take care of everything for Krishna. He may sometimes come earlier than Krishna. Like in Mahabharata, he appears before. And in Ramayana, he comes later. And again in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, he appears before. Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared about 12 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But it doesn't matter. His only goal is to serve Krishna. That's it. That is why he is in charge for the Guru Tattva. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, unless one realizes, unless one surrenders to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, you cannot approach me. That means you cannot approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he also followed it up by saying, if you do not surrender to your Guru, you cannot even reach Lord Nityananda. So it is all very nicely linked. So we need to know, we cannot just go on because I have created some bhakti, I have a lot of knowledge, I have a lot of professional qualification. My uncle reads Bhagavad Gita very nicely. We come from a family, we read all the scriptures every day and night. That's all good. The first question we have to ask is that, are we following a guru as per the parampara? If that does not satisfy your question, please give a careful thought, because Krishna is recommending the Guru Tattva. How Krishna is recommending that? Krishna's verse in chapter 4:2 Bhagavad Gita, he says, Evam parampara praptam. Arjuna, this wonderful, the highest knowledge of realization can be understood only through this parampara system. If it doesn't come through that, we have so many versions of Bhagavad Gita, maybe 600, 700. There are so many authors giving different explanation according to their ability. But why we need Bhagavad Gita as it is? Because that kind of exactly tells what Krishna is trying to say. That's what it is. So it comes from, this parampara comes from Krishna directly to Brahma, to Narada Muni, to Vedavyas, to Madhvacharya, to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all these acharyas. So there is a link here, there is a lineage. And then, of course, our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. So we can accept that. But the same may not be true if you just go and accept some guru. He may be very educated, very knowledgeable. He may know the Bhagavad Gita upside down. But that's not the point. The point is that, am I able to understand what Krishna's message, instruction is? This wonderful realization that can happen only through Guru. So when we talk about Guru, we need, without surrendering to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, we cannot advance in spiritual path. It's not possible. This has been confirmed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here is Lord Nityananda, happy Sri Nityananda Trayodashi ki Jai. So the first instruction Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Lord Nityananda is Yare Deka Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesa. That means whoever you meet, whatever you do, just try to talk about Krishna. Whatever you know. I don't know much. I know only a few verses in Bhagavad Gita. But if I know that, he is saying that, please preach that, to share that thoughts. So that is what is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So we kind of covered this. Who is Lord Nityananda? Lord Balaram himself. We should not really differentiate because they appeared 500 years ago. Is this really Lord Balaram? Is that what it is? No. The scriptures confirms. I wish we could read a few verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita today, if time permits. And again, what is his mission? Why does he appear? Why does he have to appear? Because he wants to assist Lord Chaitanya. The name itself, Nityananda, means Nitya. Nitya means eternal. All the time. Ananda, we know bliss. That's what Lord Nityananda is. He's going to give us, if we take shelter of Lord Nityananda, that is what we will achieve, the SAT-CHIT-ANANDA. That's what is Nityananda. So where was he born? Before that, he was born to a very pious parents called Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. Very elevated devotees, Brahmanas, very cultured family. And he was born in a village in West Bengal, India, called Ekachakradam. Can anyone very briefly, there are at least 2 references, historical Mahabharata references to Ekachakradam. Any thoughts on that? Please go ahead.
So one time when Krishna, in the battlefield in Kurukshetra, when he got the wheel, the chariot, the wheel, basically, he carried it, and then he was about to kill what was his name? Pandava's grandfather, Bhishma Pita Dev. Well, yeah. And then at that time, Arjuna stopped him. And then at that time, Krishna just threw the wheel, and then it landed in Ekchakratham, and then it was named Ekchakratham.
Excellent. You have answers for most of the things. Thank you so much, Haribol. That is the right, one of the answers is that Krishna had taken a vow that he shall not lift any weapon in the Mahabharata war. But since things were not going as planned, Arjuna was delaying the whole thing. He was again into some kind of an emotional thing that he did not want to really fight and kill Bhishma Pitama. Krishna said that I'm going to break my vow. That is what Krishna is all about. He can break the vow for the sake of his devotees. He He said that I'm going to kill Bhishma Pitama. Then Arjuna agrees to fight more aggressively. He throws this chakra from the cart, and that is where it falls. That is what Eka Chakra. One Eka means one, Chakra means the wheel. One of the wheels fall in that Eka Chakra. There is one more also. Any thought?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I think Bhim killed Bakasura in Ekachakra. Well, they were there. That the story was that Bakasura was killing the. From each family, every one person of the family member was being sacrificed, and they were staying in a Brahman's house, and then because of Mother Kunti's request, Bhim was sent, and then he killed the Bakasura there. I think that's.
Perfect, Prabhuji. That's a very good answer. That's what it is. Here again, Bhim, you can see the cart behind him. He kills this demon called Bakasura with that wheel. So that is what is called Eka Chakra. So this place where Lord Nityananda was born, it's a very auspicious place. It's got a lot of relevance to Mahabharata.
Actually, can I say something, Prabhuji?
You may, Prabhu.
I think there are several reasons why Bhishma Pita, Krishna took the wheel, in that war where Bhishma Pita was involved. And actually, one of the reasons is also given, which is very important reason actually, is that he wanted to save the Bhakta on one side, and on the opposite side, he wanted Bhishma Pita to win also. He wanted Arjuna to be protected and Bhishma Pita to win. Arjuna was protected by Krishna taking that wheel, and Bhishma Pita was also won because he broke Krishna's promise. By Krishna breaking his promise, Bhishma Pita proved that I made him do that. So he let Bhishma Pita win in a sense that out of his mercy, he took care of Bhishma Pita also, and he took care of Arjuna, both in a way.
Thank you, Prabhu. Your comments are always very, enlightening. Thank you. Yeah, that gives a lot more explanation of what is happening in Mahabharata. Now, coming back to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, their only goal, Krishna and Balram, at this point, the only goal is to save the fallen souls in the Kali Yuga, which is us. And their method was door-to-door preaching, Nagar Sankirtan. And this was happening at the time when India was being invaded by so many different, people all over the world. They used to come to India inward. They didn't even have the proper opportunity to chant. But Lord Nityananda Prabhu used to go to everybody's house, knock. Oh Prabhu, can you take Lord Hari into your heart? Can you chant this Maha Mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That was his only mission. That's nothing else. Can you chant this? And that is what right now ISKCON, we are all trying to do. Can we chant? This chanting is maybe the only process. There is no other process. This has been also confirmed. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalau naste eva gatir anyata. So that only the chanting process will take you, elevate from, as we saw from the previous slide, from a very, very low kind of a consciousness to the highest, up to the Goloka Vrindavan. So that was their mission, to door-to-door preaching. And let's see if I can get more. What happened? Okay, yeah. We all know this is one of the popular pastime of Jagai and Madai. Vaishnavas, there are few more slides, but I don't know how the time is going to work. Per Shubhavilas Prabhuji, I have only 5 more minutes. So I will try to do my best. I have like 15 more slides, but I will try to keep it as brief as possible. Maybe you will allow us another 5 minutes.
Sure, Prabhuji. Please take your time.
So before this Jagai and Madai, Lord Nityananda, when he was young, like a child, the first 12 years, he was living in the pastimes of Krishna and Rama all the time. We used to play all different types of mundane games. Nityananda Prabhu used to play all spiritual games, like he is Krishna, he is Rama. But his best favorite hero was Lakshmana. And there is one time when they were enacting this drama, and there comes a scene when Indrajit is kind of, he hits Lakshmana with a arrow, and Lakshmana faints. That part, and Lord Nityananda was the Lakshmana, he was playing the part of Lakshmana, and he fainted. And all the audience, they are waiting, because Nityananda Prabhu was the director of that skit. He has to perform the next act also. Everybody is waiting. What happened? Where is the next scene? But Nityananda Prabhu has gone into a very long trance, because he was in that mood, in the Lakshmana mood, That is like that. He used to perform so many pastimes, always playing Krishna and Rama. Now, at the age of 13, he was at the age of 12, 13, he was asked by a sage, to accompany him to tour all the places. They went to all the north, south, east, different parts of the country. And Nityananda Prabhu learned so much scriptures and Vedas and so on. And then obviously he meets with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we saw in the earlier slide, his only goal was that just preach about Krishna. You don't have to do anything else. Why we have to take the name of, chant the name of Krishna? Because Krishna comes in this age as Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. He comes in the form of the name. That is his avatara in Kali Yuga. Of course, we have Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appearing, but Krishna appearing, he appears as the name, as the holy name. So here is the very prominent episode, Jagai and Madai. These two noted criminals. This is one thing with bad people. They are not happy, and they will not allow other people to be happy. So those are two characters like that, always drinking and harassing people. And Nityananda Prabhu, always in that ecstatic mood of Krishna consciousness, he meets with them. He says, "Oh, Prabhus, why don't you chant the holy name of Lord Hari, Krishna?" They have never heard Krishna or Hari. So they hit him after some debate and questioning and so on. They hit Nityananda Prabhu with the clay pot. And Nityananda Prabhu starts bleeding from his forehead. Now, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to know about this, here is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his, 400, 600 form. And he's saying, "Where is my chakra? I'm going to kill these two criminals right now." Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful. He pleads with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they are devotees. Please, you know everything. They are all devotees. This goes back to the initial slide, the first slide, where Lord Ramchandra says, by default, everybody is a devotee. Everybody. Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura used to say, do not criticize anybody, whether it is devotee or a non-devotee, because by default, we are all children of the same Father. So we can preach them, we can guide them properly. That's what Nityananda Prabhu did. By his mercy, so much mercy upon all the devotees. He pleaded with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He elevated these two criminals to great devotees. They eventually, they become devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is one thing. And this is the famous, the Chida Dahi episode. It is also called Danda Mahotsav. It is celebrated all over the world, especially in a place called Panihati. That's where it took place. Panihati is a place in West Bengal. And even in USA, in certain temples like ISKCON temples like Atlanta and Dallas, they perform this festival very nicely. Here is when Raghunatha Dasa, one of the 6 Goswamis, want to meet with Nityananda Prabhu, but he's hiding. He's not going in front of him. And Nityananda Prabhu catches him. He says, "You are a thief. You are hiding and trying to, have my association." So as a punishment, He says, what you have to do is that you prepare very nice prasadam. What is the prasadam? Chida, the flattened rice and yogurt. This you prepare with other prasadam and serve all the devotees. So that is what it is. It is still followed. It happens sometime in the month of June. So, and in this episode, what is happening is that Nityananda Prabhu is also feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nobody is able to see that, but Nityananda Prabhu is performing that Leela. It happens. That is the spiritual connection between Lord Balram and Lord Krishna. Even Srila Prabhupada, at one of the Jagannath Ratha Yatra, he told one of the devotees, see how nicely Jagannath and Balram, they are dancing. So everybody said, where? Srila Prabhupada was able to see that. So this is another episode where Lord Nityananda, once in a while, he used to ask all the devotees to gather and decorate him with sandalwood, nice clothes, garland, and so on. And he would pose them, he will give them their association as Lord Balaram. And one time he told one of his devotees, go to my house, collect the Kadamba flowers. Kadamba flowers is a very, very special flowers for Krishna and Balaram. And the devotee says, Prabhu, there is no Kadamba flowers in your house. He says, just go there and see if it is available. So the devotee goes and he finds a lot of one tree filled with Kadamba flowers. And what is the tree? The tree is actually a lemon tree. But, it becomes a Kadamba tree. He makes a garland out of that and he offers that to Lord Nityananda. So that is another pastime of Lord Nityananda. So the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, this may take another 2-3 hours to discuss. If Shubhavilas Prabhuji allows us, we can go through that. But this is the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. There are so many marks, each one signifying his merciful, compassionate relationship with the devotees. Again, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you cannot surrender to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, there is really no chance for spiritual advancement. Only after, when he blesses us, Nityananda Prabhu, then we go up to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And here is the great devotee, Narottama Das Thakur, his most famous Kirtan Bhajan, Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Susitala. What is he saying here? Oh devotees, just take the shelter of the lotus feet of Nityananda. And what does that do to you? It is like getting the soothing effect of not one moon, not 2 moons, millions of moons. Why do we need that? Because we are contaminated. Our heart is burning all the time. We have so many things going on inside us. Anger, greed, jealous, so many things going on. And just by taking the shelter of the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, just by his mercy, everything will be relieved immediately. One stroke, that's it. We don't have to do anything. We can try 100 different things, or we can just try Krishna consciousness and chanting, taking the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu. And again, the entire purpose of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda is to give us another opportunity, because we missed it. Maybe we were at the time of Mahabharata, when Krishna was appeared and he gave the Krishna Prema to everybody, We missed it. Otherwise, we won't be here right now. So it is an opportunity for us to get back to that kind of a relationship with Krishna. That is the entire purpose of his creation, an opportunity to interact with him and get back to our original position, which is an eternal servant of Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami says, the only position of a devotee is an eternal servant of Krishna. How can I serve? Not only Krishna, serve Krishna and his devotees. So that is congregational chanting. Now, Vaishnavas, it's almost 7:50. Why not we take some comments and thoughts? I know we made it little brief based on the best interest of time. We will continue this on Sunday. So that is the good news. There is going to be a lot more discussion. Shubhavalas Prabhuji is going to be there. Ramya Prabhuji is going to be there. We can ask many questions. It will be a blissful experience. But right now, if any one of us have got any thoughts, please share. It's a nice thing to do. Say whatever you know about Lord Nityananda, even very briefly.
Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. You shared so many pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu in this short time frame. I was just thinking about that Leela you were sharing about that how he got Murchit from Indrajit as Lakshman, and then he didn't come back from school or Gurukul, and then everyone was worried what's going on, and then some elders said, okay, Hanumanji, one person act as Hanumanji and give the the booty to him, and then he will come back. And that's how he came back. I was just so sweet. And someone asked him, well, how do you know all these pastimes? How do you know? I mean, no one taught him. He was like a young boy. How do you know all these? And then he said, well, these are my pastimes. So
Very true. Those are all such an ecstatic episodes. Prabhuji, if I may request, I know it's 7:52. Can we just read one verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Sure.
If one of us can read, some of the younger members, if they can read, I have it ready here. Hopefully, are you able to see the screen? No.
I think it's on Congregational chanting. This one.
You're able to see now, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 5, verse number 5. It would be so nice if one of the Matajis or some young Prabhus can read this. It is a very simple but very powerful verse. This describes about Lord Balram and Lord Nityananda.
Arundhati Mataji, want to read? If you could go a little up, she can read Bengali also.
Yes. Okay. One second. Let me. Okay. I think you can see the Bengali.
Yeah. Eki Swarup dohe bhinno matro kayo addo kayo briho Kṛṣṇa lila shahai. Translation: these two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Kṛṣṇa, and he assists in Lord Kṛṣṇa's transcendental pastimes. Purport: Balaram is a Vaishnava expansion of Lord, and therefore there is no difference in potency between Kṛṣṇa and Balarama. The only difference is in their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balarama is chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Kṛṣṇa and his transcendental activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So this verse confirmed that Lord Balram and Kṛṣṇa are one and the same. And the next two verses also, we don't have time right now, but we can do that on Sunday. It confirms that there is no difference between Lord Balram and Lord Nityananda. They are one and the same. Lord Nityananda is the Sankarshana in Kṛṣṇa Loka. That is his position. He is Balram. He is none other than Balram. So once again, if you have any brief thoughts, you can share. Brief thoughts meaning 30 seconds. If any one of you want to say something about Lord Nityananda or...
One devotee has a question also. How can we attain the mercy of Lord Nityananda? If you could share that. How can we attain mercy of Lord Nityananda, Prabhu?
the easiest way is to serve Vaishnavas. Once if we serve other devotees, other Vaishnavas, other Acharyas, if you have a Guru Maharaj, if you can serve him, if you do not have a Guru Maharaj at this point of time, you serve any senior devotee. What is meant by serving senior devotees is just engaged in devotional activities. That's it. You can do anything. You can help in prasadam. You can help in deity worship. You can help in book distribution. Anything. Or if you're too busy, you can even do dana to such an activity. Everything is considered equally as a nice service. So I think that is the best way to serve Nityananda Prabhu, that we always serve other Vaishnavas. And then, of course, chanting. We should chant all the time. Of all the devotional activities, in my humble thinking, chanting is just that one activity you have to perform at any cost, because we may not be talented to do so many other things. But chanting, there is no restriction. You can do anytime, no prerequisite needed. Anytime, anybody can do it. So that is what we should do.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I think we'll take one last comment or question by Renu Mataji. She is joining, I think, first time this call. So, Mataji, please, we are so blessed and grateful that you have joined us. Please ask your comment or question.
No, I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are so blessed to have you.
Yeah.
If you want to make Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu happy, one of the things you can do is sweep the floor, clean the kitchen, serve and distribute the prasadam. Correct, Prabhu?
Definitely. Whatever you can do based on your situation, there is no restriction. You can do as much as you want, but do your best. Like the squirrel. We started with the squirrel in Lord Ramchandra. Squirrel cannot pick up big rocks and stones and things like that. But the squirrel was doing its job, whatever it can do, few grains of the sand. But that was a offering to Lord Ramchandra. That's what is Krishna. Krishna can do everything. Does he really need our help to do anything? Not at all. He can do everything. He has created all this, multiple universe, everything. Am Sarvasa Prabhava. Everything comes out of him. So we should not serve him in the mood that, I am trying to do something to, I'm helping him. No. The thing is that we are just doing a very meager, humble attitude that, this is my humble offering to the Lord. He's being taken care of very well at the Goloka Vrindavan, presided by Lord Balram and Srimati Radharani, everything. It is said that Srimati Radharani prepares the prasadam and she never received the same recipe. Every time it's a new recipe for Krishna, eternal. So Vaishnavas, I know we have somehow extended by 15 minutes. Thank you for all your patience and all your participation and support. As I said, please take part on Sunday. We'll ask more questions and we'll get more blissful experience on Sunday. With that, I'll conclude here. I'll hand over to Shubhavilas.
What time on Sunday, Prabhu?
Sunday it will be from Shubhavilas Prabhuji. You want to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. So Sunday, we will be celebrating in more elaborate details like Kirtan, Abhishek, some kids' activities, and class by His Grace Ramya Prabhu, and of course Prasadam for those who will be physically present. Will be at the home of Sudhir Prabhu, and we'll be telecasting on Zoom as well. And it will start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So we will not have the Bhagavatam class on Sunday that day in the morning, but we will have this program, which all of you are welcome to join via Zoom. So please join and encourage others also to join.
Okay, 10:30 Eastern time in the morning.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
It will start at 10:30 and continue for about 2-3 hours.
Oh, 2-3 hours. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Before
Thank you.
we pause, I just want to share one last thing. And these verses, or these are the 12 names of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, I believe given by Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. One who recites these 12 auspicious holy names of the moon-like Lord Nityananda, Chandra, every day between 6 to 8:30 a.m., basically in the Brahma Muhurta hours, will become free from all difficulties and attain all his most cherished desires, and very soon he will attain the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Deva. So let's try to recite these at least today, and hopefully every day we can do this. Nityanando avadutendur vasudha pranavallabha Janvi jivita patihi Krishna prema prada Prabhu Padmavati Sutta Shriman Shachinandana Purvaja Bhavonmato Jagatrata Rakta Gaura Kalevaraha. Would someone want to read the translation of these 12 names we read? These two. Nakshay, yes, please. Please read the translations.
Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the embodiment of eternal bliss. He is the moon of all avadutas and the beloved of the life-bed of Vasudha, his wife. Lord Nityananda is the husband inducing Jahnavi with life. Nityananda Rama bestows ecstatic love for Krishna and the God and Master of the devotees.
Sampada Mataji, you want to read the next one?
Hare Krishna. Sri Nityananda is the dear son of Padmavati, and he is full of splendorous transcendental majesty. Nitai is the older brother of Sachimata's son Nimai. Nityananda Avadhuta is maddened in overwhelming ecstatic emotions. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the savior of the universe. His complexion is golden, tinged with red. Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. So we will chant 3 times Hari Bol to express our gratitude to His Grace Sridama Prabhu for sharing such wonderful katha and the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So those who like the Krishna katha or Nityananda katha can loudly chant 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Shri Nityananda Trayadashi Mahamahotsav Ki Jai! Shri Nityananda Trayadashi Mahamahotsav Ki Jai! Nityananda Trayadashi Mahamahotsav Ki Jai! Patita Pavana Pahudui Jana Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar Shri Nityan Mahaprabhu Ki Jai! Gaur Nitai Ki Jai! Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai! Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Jai! Shri Nitai Chaitanya Ki Jai! Shri Avaduta Shiromani Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai! Prabhupada Ki Jai! Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai! Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Shri Ram Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Jai, jai, jai.
Jai, jai, jai.